Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, all right.
Hey, I'm back, everybody. I am back. I thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I thank you guys for tuning in when you did. Again, all videos will be uploaded to YouTube. As soon as this one is over, I'll upload both of them to YouTube so you can see that. Um, I just kind of wanted to bring my speakers on, bring the speakers of AOT because they're not mine, baby. God put this whole thing together. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I was just the messenger. So I just wanted to get all of the speakers together to kind of show you who we are and what we do and how this kind of works, right? So I have the last speaker for today, because I think it's like still 3 more to go. I know I got a few tomorrow. So the last speaker for today, my friend Conchetta. Now, you and I met at an event, right? The same event with Crystal Iris from earlier today. We met at that event. So tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, most people, a lot of people call me CJ.
Yeah, they do.
I am, yes, Conchetta Jones here, or CJ, and I am actually a certified life coach, and I work with women in the personal development and confidence department. And that was really, really important to me because for a lot of years, I was working in a lack of confidence. And a lot of times when people hear my story now, they can't believe it. And, you become very good at masking and hiding how you're really feeling inside. So for a long time, I lacked confidence in a lot of areas in my life. And so when I reached out and started working with the coach, that was something there because I didn't really believe in coaching. I just thought it was, that's the buzzword and everybody's a coach.
Everybody doing it. Yes.
So when my first coach, approached me, I was like, girl, you can't tell me nothing. You know how we think we know everything anyway and nobody can tell us. And I was like, I know what I need to do. I'm just not doing it. And
which is why we need a coach, because we're not doing it.
I actually hired her on a fluke because I wanted to be able to say, girl, I told you so.
Yeah.
My experience with her was such a good experience that I worked with her for 3 years. And she brought things out of me that I wanted to do, but wasn't sure that I could do it. Didn't have the confidence in myself and didn't feel worthy and all those things that I now work with women with. So I went on and worked with another coach. And at one point I was working with both of them at the same time. And that was hard because they were pulling stuff out of me that I was like, oh, Lord. And then it just made me, the experiences that I had with both of them just made me want to become certified so that I could help women. And that's how I got to, where I am today. Just want to motivate and inspire women. And then using my mistakes, my life as an example of if I can do it, you can do it too. Yeah.
So I absolutely love that because right before I started the tour, I was doing a lot of life coaching. Like, let's talk about life and where we want to go and life. No. So on this particular journey, doing the tour and all of that, I'm now purpose coaching, so to speak. I call myself the transparency motivator because I need you to be transparent in order to get to the first part of it. If you can't be honest with you, then we're not going too far. We're not going to get too far. So now I'm just a transparency motivator. So the easiest way for me to do that was to open the tour and have ladies come on. And when I say ladies have been on this tour and they are all, now I had some ladies to come onto the tour that were already speakers. I have, so I'm not going to take that away from them. But I've had some women that never opened their mouths before, not publicly. And now they have either they're still on the tour and doing well, or they've left the tour and they're still speaking and doing well. So I know that this is where I'm supposed to be with this whole talk about it. Let's talk about it, because if I went through it and got through it, I'm sure you can too.
Exactly.
So I definitely thank you for that. I definitely.
Exactly. Yes, that's a big deal. And we are, like I said, as women, a lot of times we don't want people to know. And so, like I said, I became really, really good at masking how inside I was I just wasn't confident. There were some things that were going on in my life that just kind of built up to that. Number one, I was a teen mom at 16, and then I was a young wife at 17. So back then, you just kind of don't know. I no longer could hang out with my girlfriends because, they
Yep.
were in that flirty kind of, my
They
crush.
teenagers. They're still
Right. And I couldn't
teenagers.
do
I'm no
that
longer
because,
a teenager. I'm a mother and
I
a
can't
wife. I'm not a
flirt.
teenager.
I can't flirt. I got a whole husband at home. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I started hanging around with my aunt and her friends. But now I'm 17 and they're in their 30s and 40s. So I
Yeah.
haven't really lived life. So I kind of learned how to just be in a space without really saying much, just kind of
Mm.
just kind of blending in. And that led on into, other parts of my life where I didn't really voice my opinion or just didn't, it's just I just kind of went along with. And so that kind of played a big deal with me not knowing where I fit in or just
Yeah.
kind of feeling a lack, feeling less than in certain areas.
And that's crazy because there are so many different ways that we lose our voice.
Yep.
There are so many different ways that impact that, right?
Yeah.
And your voice was lost because you started to be with older people and didn't have their experiences. So you probably internalized that, like, what I'm going to put, I don't have anything to put on this table.
Right.
So I'll allow them to talk and I'll just listen.
Yep.
Not
Exactly.
expressing the things that you needed and was going through and things of that nature. So now we internalizing that. So yeah, it gets deep, y'all.
It
But
does. It
I said all
does.
of that to say there are so many different stories, and you're going to hear me say that a lot. There are so many different stories on the Art of Transparency platform that I can't even name them all anymore. I found myself saying the same 4 stories, and that's not stories, but the same 4 situations. And we've gotten so beyond that at this point. Life happens, things happen, children, husbands, it all happens, right? So I'm not even gonna list them no more. We are a group of women that have been through life.
Exactly. Exactly.
We are a group of women that have been through life.
Yeah.
So with that being said, TJ, what made you join the tour?
So before I ever met you, last year, one of my good friends was on the tour and I saw her and I saw, the story and I saw what you guys were doing. And I was like, oh man, I would like to do something like that. Never thinking that I would meet you and would have the opportunity, but just following what you have been doing as you guys were going from city to city and just thinking, I really want to do something like that. So then when I met you at the event, I liked your spirit. I loved talking to you. And I liked it so much that when you did your book tour here, it was snowing that day and I didn't know where I was coming,
so
but I'm like, I am
bad.
going to support. I want to be there. And then we talked a little more that day. And I had kind of been praying about it. Like, do I want to do this? Because I was one of those people that everybody that knows me know I don't speak. I didn't get in front of people. I was terrified. And, I knew I wanted to speak, but I was afraid to speak. And then as I was talking to you and, we were just talking in the back of my mind, I'm like, do I want to do this? Do I want to commit? And I told you, send me the paperwork. I want to do it. And then I went home. And if you remember, I didn't get the papers over to you. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking about like, I don't know if I want to get on the stage. All these women are going to be talking and I don't know. And then, I just woke up one morning and I was like, yeah, my spirit said, you're ready. And then that's when I reached out and I was like, okay, I'm ready. So that's why, I joined it because number one, I saw what you guys were doing. I'd been following you. Then I liked, your spirit. And I was like, okay, that's somebody that I want to be with. I can see growing. Then it's like, I want to get my story out there. And then it's just another thing on my goal list to be a speaker, to not be afraid to get up front and to speak. And what better way to start than in telling my story? I mean, it's there. So That's why I'm here.
It's there. I've already went through it, so I can tell it.
Yeah.
Like how you snuck that in there, like it's there, so I can just tell it.
Yep.
But I appreciate that. I absolutely do. Like I have said many, many times before, if you had asked me 6 years ago, would this be my plan? I would have told you, are you crazy? I was having fun. I was kicking and riding motorcycles, having fun with motorcycle clubs, all kinds of stuff. I was in and out of town just doing all kinds of stuff. So I had no clue that I was even living pretty much with the mask on. I had this mask on for so long that I thought that's who I was. I had lost my voice, lost myself, lost all of it. I lost the care for people. I was a different person, right?
Yeah.
The minute I took that mask off, so funny story. I wrote my book because I'm thinking, oh, this book, I'm just gonna write this book because I had got mad at my dad, mad at my brother. So I'm like, I'm finna tell it all since y'all want to, yeah. God was like, you can get through, you can put it however you want to put it. But at the end of the day, you writing that book because you are about to come out of something.
Yeah.
And I still didn't believe it. I still was like, I done wrote this little book, honey. It can sit on the shelf and do nothing. I don't even care. It's out of me. However, I did not know that there was purpose behind the book. There was purpose behind life. There was purpose behind all of the things that I have been through. So I share that. And when I shared it for the very first time on the platform, I was like, wow. People would come up to me like, I've been through that. That would be me. That's my story. Or I've seen people, So I was like, well, this is for real. So trust and believe, being the transparency motivator versus a life coach. And there's nothing wrong with being a life coach, guys.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all because I have a life coach and I'm about to get my business coach back. It's needed. It was a cliche for a little while, if that's what we want to call it. However, sometimes you need an accountability partner.
Exactly.
That accountability partner needs to be paid because your friend is only accountable for so long. Am I telling the truth? Your friend is your accountability coach when it's convenient. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying that your friend doesn't love you, but what I am saying is she got her life too. She living her life. She got a husband, a kid, or something, right? But your accountability coach, the one that you pay, that's what they do. That's what they do. They don't get too busy for you. They don't get sidetracked because now y'all talking about what y'all done did last night, or girl, let's go have drinks. They ain't on that. They're clear. They're like, what you talking about?
Right there. Bring it on back. Bring it back.
So we need that. We need that. So I have quite a few life coaches. I have a Reiki coach. I think that's how you say it, but she will correct me if I'm wrong. I've got motivational coaches. So this group is more than just speaking. Yes, we go from city to city speaking, but we are more than that. Okay. So I want to put that out there. We are so much more than just speakers.
Yes.
And all of these speakers that you've seen, if you need some of their story, call them. They will come out. I don't get no fee for that. Okay? Call them. They will come out as long as it do not coincide with our date. I'm a people on my day. So tell me about what you do. Not what you do, but don't you have an organization? Am I correct? Or you work for an organization?
I do. And that's actually how it started. Yeah, that's how it started. I have a nonprofit organization for girls in 6th through 12th grade. And I wanted girls to have that confidence that I lacked at that time. And it was actually my grad project. In school, it's like, okay, I was working with the girls at my church. And I'm like, I'll bring my bring my program to life. And so did the nonprofit and all of that. And, for a couple of years, and then women started coming up and said, well, we want a mentor and we want, coaching and we want that. So, and I was already going, working with my coaches. So I said, well, okay, let me do something for women too. And it's just been, like I said, I work with women basically 40 and up. And it's because when you get to a certain
there.
age, society will tell you that, bye-bye,
Yeah.
it's over, sit down somewhere,
Yeah.
retire. And that's not it. We have a lot of life left in us and a lot of
Yes.
things to do. And so I work with women, and the women that I've worked with so far, they've written books, they opened offices. So they're doing the things that they've wanted to do, but been afraid to do. And then, we get concerned with what people say about us. We always concerned with what they're going to think, what they're going to say. And that stops us from doing things. But I want to motivate people and let them know that as long as I still have breath, I'm going to do the things, and I bring the ladies along with me. That's why I share my mistakes. I share, all of my experiences. If it can help another woman, my sister will ask me all the time, you just be telling your business, girl? Yeah, because if my business can help another woman, then that's what I'm here for. So that's who I am. That's what I do. I, offer individual coaching, I offer group coaching, I offer masterminds, workshops, just get the ladies in and let them know that this part of your life right here, it's still the best part of your life. And I didn't even get, a lot of times I'm like, because I was, a young mother and bride, like I should have been doing this. I always felt like I did things backwards. Like, everybody else has done this. Here I am just going to school, because I didn't get my bachelor's till I was in my 50s. And I didn't get my master's
right now, honey. And if they ask me to write one more APA style paper, I'm gonna just scream.
I know. I was so glad when I walked across that stage with my master's, because I tell everybody I got my degrees on the 30-year plan, because it took forever. I'd take some classes, then stop. Life would happen. I couldn't take classes. And finally, I'm like, okay, I just got to do this. And then once I got the bachelor's, I said, if I stop, I won't go back. So I can't, registered in the fall, and I just kept going. And so, yes, I tell women all the things that I'm doing and have done now, it's stuff that I prayed for and wanted to do. And now it's like, I don't let people in the little box that they put us in. You can't put me in a box.
Don't put me in your box. That's your box,
nope,
not mine.
Nope,
honey.
That's your box. And I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And if it feels good to me, and that I'm going to do it. And that's the kind of, messaging that I give to my ladies. And, ladies out there, it's like, I'm 62 years old. I don't have time for the foolishness. I used to have to lie about my age, because when I modeled, they would want you, the agents would say,
age, yes,
the agents would say, a client is not going to hire you because, and so then I would forget how old I was supposed to be, how old I told you I was. I don't have time for that. So it's like, this is me. Take me as I am. I can be as silly as I need to be. My girls say, Miss CJ, you're so fun. Yep, I can be as silly as I need to be, or I can be as serious as I need to be. So yes, that's me.
This is so amazing. So CJ, this has been really amazing. I am so glad that you decided to join the tour. She's coming back. She's got some stuff going on. So I won't say who she is, but she had to take a step down.
Okay.
For 2020, but she's coming back.
Okay.
That is my baby. Like, I love her. I love her spirit. I love who she is.
She was. Yes, love her. Love her.
Yeah. So it hurt that she had to walk away, but when I heard the hurt in her voice, I was just like, baby, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. And you know what I'm saying? Our love for each other, even if she doesn't come back, our love for each other is beyond AOT. Our love for each other is sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Our bond is real.
Yes.
So my prayer is, and we did talk about the fact she's coming back, but I know life happens. So if she doesn't, again, we still above and beyond AOT. So I absolutely love who she is. So.
Yes, when I met her, she was so giving, so open, so sharing, because a lot of women are not. I found that out too. When you're asking, and I was asking certain questions about things, and she was just so open. We met for lunch, and from that point on, it's just like we just kind of clicked. And if I would need something, information, I would reach out. If she would need something, I would reach out. So yes, love her.
Yes, she's amazing. And I'm glad she didn't necessarily introduce us, but the fact that I knew her helped you kind of open up and say, oh, she is, so I thank her for that part. So in closing, guys, because again, this is the last one for today, but I believe I got at least three more speakers that still need to be interviewed. Baby, it's a lot of us, and I am grateful for it. I've had some people to step down during this shutdown thing, which was fine. I let God do God. I don't do all of that. I let God be God and God alone, baby. Because when you start stepping into his territory, you're going over in that other lane, honey. You're in the wrong lane. Just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, and that's what I try to do. So in closing, I want to know, what is it that you want to see going forward, whether it is with AOT or it's with your organization, because I want AOT to work with each organization, right? Because I just believe if we support each other, and it's 15, 16 of us, if we support each other, that's 15 people that wasn't there at first. So that's the biggest thing. I want us to support each other. So what is it that you would like to see in AOT and your organization as well moving forward?
Definitely want to meet all the other speakers. Can't wait to meet them. I already feel like, just from in our group, that I'm sure, like, I just feel like I know them. So I know we are going to be a success. I know you felt bad when stuff had to cancel, but it's like, no, because God is preparing us, and when we are out there, baby, we're gonna be on fire. And I just see myself being a part of this organization for a while. And I just think that, in me, being a part, this is something that I will also start, like offering and letting the ladies that I coach that want to speak or want to whatever, I will definitely be sharing this opportunity with them. There was one lady I spoke with over the phone, and she was saying, I see what you're doing and I want to speak and blah, blah, blah. So I sent her some information like, okay, well, you too can speak. So
yes, you can.
So, let me, so just sharing that information, like I said, it's a great opportunity to build your confidence and to just get you right. So that's what I'm looking forward to being able, because, some people are just natural born speakers. They get up there, they know how to say, they grab the audience. And that's not me. I'm gonna have,
I've been saying for the last, I don't know how long, and they like, Nikita, you gotta stop saying Yeah, everything is I've gotten better, but yeah.
Yep. So I just see, this just helping me to grow. And like I said, it's something that's on my vision board, my bucket list, my to life list, all of that. And I just see this helping me to be just a great speaker. And the people that I know I'm going to meet on the tour, not just the group, but the women in the audience. I'm just real excited.
Yes. Well, guys, you heard it from the speakers.
That's right.
So I want to thank you for taking this time to interview with me. I want to thank you for being a 2020 speaker. I definitely look forward. I want to do something like a dinner or something for all of us, but it's so hard because I have speakers in all kinds of states. Like, we are from all over. So it's hard to get us in one place. But this Zoom thing, honey, it's becoming real life because people are having parties on Zoom. Everybody in their own little house having a party. So I think one day we'll do maybe like a Zoom or something, and we can all kind of get together and just kind of say hi, because we don't, a lot of them have not met face to face yet. So we'll figure that out. But I want to thank you guys, Facebook and YouTube, because it will be uploaded to YouTube. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to even listen to this interview. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always email us at info@artoftransparency.org, or you can always go to our website at www.artoftransparency.org. That's it for us, y'all. Thank
All
you,
right.
CJ.
All right, bye.
See you guys later.
All righty.